you say you're lonely. You cry the long night through. Hi everyone, my name is Nanette Perrott, and today our lesson is going to be working with the very first line of the jazz classic, Cry Me a River. Have fun, everybody. One of the things I want to pinpoint with this incredible melody is the opening measure, which is basically 5 notes. And that first note, that high B, now, is the note that sold 1 million albums for Julie London. So knowing that that's like the note of the song, how do you approach it as a singer? Well, the first thing I want you to do is listen to a lot of different versions. You can listen to Julie London's version, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, all have incredible versions. Diana Krall is another contemporary jazz singer that tackled this particular song. And listen to how they approach that very first note, that very first word, which is now. Now! If you want to sing it really like a trumpet, now! If you want to take it more heartbreaking, now. You can listen to the different versions and play around with it. And don't just spend your time with singers. Listen to instrumentalists as well. How do they attack that first note? Then after you do that first note, you have to cascade out of it in a beautiful descending line that goes actually almost an octave. Now you say you're lonely. Now you say you're lonely. How are you going to approach that line as an actor? How are you going to approach that line in terms of sound? You can start off with a bright trumpet sound and end with a breathy sound like this. Now you say you're lonely. One way you can do it, or you can flip it around and start soft and then end on a heavier sound like this. Now you say you're lonely. It's your artistic choice. How do you want to attack the beginning note and how do you want to land on the bottom note? And then you have that first phrase, now you say you're lonely. The next thing I would have you do after you've kind of thought about different ways to open the whole song is I would have you practice saying that phrase in several different ways. For example, you could say it as someone who's exhausted and tired. Now you say you're lonely. Or you can say it as someone who is kind of fed up. Now you say you're lonely. Or maybe you can say it as someone who still is so in love and just has been desperate for you to say to them that you're lonely. Now you say you're lonely. How would you work with this lyric? How would you work as an actor? So there's 3 things that you can work on this particular tune, and I hope you have a lot more fun with Cry Me a River, written by Arthur Hamilton. Thanks everyone for listening. We will see you here at North Main Music. Now you say you're sorry for being so